I think also for the fans who came that close to kind of interacting with you, because that doesn't happen out here. I mean, it's, here it would be a mob-like situation, but they got to come and one-on-one interact with you.
Yes. Well, as far as the fans are concerned, they hardly get an opportunity to interact with their movie stars because they live so far away, and there are very few occasions when actors and actresses actually get across there. But so for them, it's a great moment. As far as meeting some of the sportsmen was concerned, I watched them. I avidly follow everything that's happening on the playing field, and it was a great experience to meet them. Abhishek was actually there in London soon after I left, and one day he said, "Yeah, Mary Kom wants to talk to you." I said, "Wow!" I dropped everything and very simple, very down to earth, just saying, "Please pray for me, sir. I want to win the gold." Such a wonderful lady. I keep saying this over and over again, that the identity of a country now is known by sports and by extracurricular activities and films. They become almost a parallel culture. The days of the world wars are over, and nations that want to have supremacy now show their supremacy on these kind of events. It could be a sporting event, it could be a film that is of great importance, and it's just fantastic.
I know I can ask you for an opinion on this, because there's so much that's been said about India's performance at the Olympics. What did it mean for someone who followed it so closely? You were at the event, like you said, Abhishek was there at the event. What did you think of India's performance this year? Do you think it's getting better?
Well, I think it's progressing slowly. Yeah. I think it needs to progress a lot faster. And I think that what is desired really is a great amount of professional skill to train the people, to have just 6 medal winners out of 1.2 billion people is not very encouraging. Usain Bolt, for example, who's the fastest man in the universe at this moment, trained in America. So I think the idea is to spot the talent first, and there are lovely organizations here as well who do that. So I, for one, I would like to contribute in whatever manner I can. I know nobody can take care of the entire financial aspect of it, but even if there is something that we can do, I'd readily want to do that. It's a bad example to give right now, but look what IPL has done to all our cricketers, and one cannot but laud the effort made by this organization in bringing up fresh talent.
And I mean, they're shining. I mean, under 19 have just come back with the World Cup. Yes, they just come back with the World Cup.
And look where these kids are coming from. They're coming from smaller towns or places where you never ever expected somebody to come from, which is what KBC does. And it says that if you give a contestant an opportunity, they will come up and excel. So even people that come from very small places which you've never heard of even, and you give them an opportunity, put them on that chair, and they come up with exceedingly good answers and win great prizes.
Mr. Bachchan, I have to ask you about your, in a sense, your affair with the social media. I mean, there's Twitter, there was your blog, and now more recently there's Facebook. Yeah. I don't think there's any other actor or any other celebrity in the country who's as dedicated to the social media sites as much as you are. How do you manage this? On one side you're tweeting, on the other side there's a Facebook update, there's a blog entry. How do you manage?
Yeah, it's become almost a necessity now, and a mandatory one.
Is it a bit of an addiction as well? Like Twitter maybe?
Yeah, it is an addiction in a sense, but an addiction to continue doing what one has started, because if you stop now, there's a lot of resentment that's going to come your way. And then I just felt that, I needed to write every day, because there's a connection between the first writing and the second writing and the third writing. And now I'm on day 1585, I think.
Wow.
That's non-stop, every day.
It's almost like a little diary that you have to go back and fill every day.
Yeah, so something that I do, something that I feel strongly about, or how the day has gone by, or any aspect of life, or I have people who follow me with a camera and they take my photographs.
They're here right now too.
And this will go up onto the blog, and it makes it interesting. But I just feel that that after having started this activity, it's going to be very difficult for me to cut off from it, because I have given them a kind of a designation. I've called them my extended family, and they actually are so dedicated, and they do wonderful things. Wherever I travel to, whichever part of the world, if there are EF around, which is extended family, they want to know where I am, and then they will come together. If I'm performing a concert somewhere, which we did a couple of years ago, they all gathered and came from different parts of the world, and then none of them knew each other. They're meeting them for the first time. They all will stay at the same hotel, in the same place, and they will come to this event of mine. As far as finding time, whenever I finish the entire day, then I sit down at night and...
So you don't sleep much, basically?
No, I do, yes. But yeah, it does get late at times.
My last two questions, I think our time is almost up. There's now Aradhya, the little one. Do you feel that itch to now kind of finish work faster and go home so you can spend more time with the granddaughter?
Yes, of course. That's always a desire. Unfortunately, when I get back, the same syndrome when I was, in the early years when I was a lot more busier. Abhishek and Shweta, we barely got to see them because I was working on a 7 o'clock shift, so I had to leave home at 6. They were asleep. I would get back at 10, at 11 at night after finishing 2 shifts, and they were asleep, so never got an opportunity to be with them. Almost the same syndrome here with Aradhya. By the time I get back, it's late and it's time for her to go to bed. So, but in between, we do get moments, and it's a great joy.
So 7th September is just about a week away. Does Mr. Bachchan get nervous for the first episode? What's the response going to be like?
Oh yes, every day. It's nervousness even while you're recording, because I think it's every day is a new creative day in your life. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know whether you'll be able to complete your job correctly, whether you'll make mistakes. I hope that the program has gone down well. And yes, 7th September, when the broadcast starts, you're always anxious to know whether the audience is still with you or not with you, because it is upon them that is dependent how we're doing, whether it's going to be successful or not.
I'm sure it's going to be a resounding success. Thank you so much for speaking.
Thank you, Janice.
सिर्फ ज्ञान ही आपको आपका हक दिलाता है।